Hey guys, and welcome to Guardian Scout Training 101. In this video, we're going to cover everything you need to know to show those mecha Jedi wannabes exactly who is the Padawan and who is the Master. So cue that music, and let's get started. No matter what test of strength you find yourself in, every Guardian Scout has the exact same programming, attack animations, and weaknesses. The only differences you are going to see is the amount of weapons they carry, how much damage they do, and the enemy's total health. That being said, if you can beat one of them, you can beat all of them. Every Guardian Scout attack is going to happen in the same sequence every time. They're going to do a few melee attacks, and then a special attack. Now, what this means is they will always initiate the fight by getting close enough to hit you with a weapon. Keep that shield up as they approach, because more than likely, they will try to get a few cheap laser shots in until they're right next to you. After a few melee attacks, they'll jump away and launch one of their 3 special attacks depending on their health level. We'll get into those special attacks later. For now, let's have a close look at melee combat. It's extremely important to stay close. I know these enemies can be very daunting, especially when they can kill you in one hit, but in order to fight them effectively, you need to force them to play your game by reacting to you. If you are too nervous and you run away, it becomes their game as they chase you down and eventually finish you off. So get in there when in the melee fight and force them to play around you. You're going to want to take note of which weapon is facing you. That weapon is always going to be the one they attack with. Now, I really suggest learning how to dodge and execute flurry rushes for these enemies. It is by far the safest and most effective way of clearing these trials with little to no hassle. If you need to practice, save your game after entering the trial, then go practice. Should the worst happen, reload, try again, nothing lost. You'll only ever need to do this one time anyway, because when you get it down, you'll be able to stomp every other Guardian Scout out there in your sleep. There are only 3 weapons you will ever need to dodge: a spear, a sword, and a very, very painful axe. If it's a spear that's out for you, then no problem. Every time it tries to strike you, that spear is going to be pulled back and the head will spin around. As soon as the spear stops spinning, side hop. You just got a flurry rush. Now tap that Y button and punish the scout for sloppy attacks. If the scout is using a sword, we're going to still use the side hop, but what you're looking for is a flick. The sword should disappear as the scout flicks its arm. As the arm comes back up, the sword will reappear. That is your moment to dodge. Complete your flurry rush and feel like a champ. Alright. The sword and the spear are out of the way. Next comes the axe. This time, a side hop is the last thing that you're going to want to do. But there's good news. Backflips are in this season. If the scout feels like felling this studly tree of manliness, then watch the wind-up. The axe will swing out and rotate. After it rotates, there'll be a brief pause. Learn the pause. When the pause is over, do a backflip. If you don't nail the flurry rush, watch out. He's going to swing it again the exact same way from the other direction. Watch the wind-up, the rotate, the pause, now backflip, and show that scout what a real axe feels like. Studly. Now, if you try, but just can't seem to get the dodges down, don't lose heart. There's another way. Keep close, but this time, sidestep behind him. The only attack you may have to worry about is the axe swing, because it will still hit you if you're not directly behind him. Watch your footing, and as he attacks, give him 2 short whacks to the backside. This is more of a chipping away style of combat, and will take longer to beat him, but it's easier to pull off, and you're less likely to be punished for small mistakes. Lastly, if you have a decent amount of stamina, you may enjoy the Beyblade technique. Stay close, equip a 2-handed weapon, and hold down Y. You can still move while you're spinning, even if slowed. Just make sure to stay behind him and press B just before your stamina wheel runs out. That way, you put the weapon away instead of pounding the ground, negating the chance of the scout getting in a free hit. Okay, now you can render that scout into a crushed soda can in hand-to-hand combat. But how's your distance game? On to special attacks. Special attack 1. The Sheikah's Beyblade. When the scout has more than half health upon finishing its melee attacks, it will jump halfway across the room and stick its arms straight out. After giving you an awkward stare for a second or two, those arms will start spinning and a tornado of cutlery will headed right for your face. It only does this once, and whether it hits you or not, it launches right back into melee mode. This large tornado of slicing doom comes at you quite quickly and can be extremely hard to dodge. That being said, you have 3 more effective options to avoid damage. The first and easiest way would be to take advantage of the pillars conveniently littering the battle room. Make sure one of the columns is between you and that scout to watch him launch himself at the stone obstacle, breaking the pillar and stunning the scout. Don't forget to move in for a quick hit or 2 while he's down. If you have the misfortune of a pillarless room, but you do have an ice wand or ice arrows, good news! When he launches at you, freeze him in his tracks. Be sure to hit him with something right after though, or he will just continue the spin. Lastly, stasis. Oh, upgraded stasis. How you've broken the game in so many ways. When he charges at you, turn him to gold, then immediately run up and hit him. This will stop the attack and damage him by a moderate amount. Whichever way you choose, this part of the fight just became a lot simpler. On to special attack number 2. I believe I can fly. So, you whittled the electric Swiss Army Kniv down to half health. Good job! For this special attack, the scout will jump away and withdraw all of its moving parts. After that, watch closely, but at a safe distance as its head begins to spin in circles, shooting a constant laser beam at the ground. This makes an impenetrable barrier. Well, from the ground at least. The beam superheats the air and, you guessed it, creates an updraft you can use to go airborne. Slow down time with your bow just as his eye comes back around. 1 shaft to the eye socket, and he will drop the laser tag act. If you aren't too sure about your archery skills, you can also freeze him with a wand or arrows. And you guessed it, stasis. Just make sure to run up and give him a quick tap before it wears off, or he might show you exactly how much he appreciates the timeout. Other methods include throwing a weapon at him, though I don't suggest this as your weapon will break every time. Ground pounding with a 2-handed weapon when you're feeling fancy, or just waiting it out. No one can spin like that forever, not without getting a bad headache. Okay, you finally chipped away 3/4 of his health. The scout is no longer interested in playing these games and decides it's time for the ultimate power level of a 9,000 attack. For this one, the scout will once again jump away and withdraw. However, spinny fun times are over. Watch out, this one's going to hurt. Once withdrawn, the scout will change blue as he absorbs power for a devastating combo of big Guardian level laser beams. Don't bother hiding behind a pillar. He's going to shoot 4 times and the column will only save you from 1. There's no way to interrupt this attack. He is going to charge up and he is going to shoot at you. Fortunately, it takes a very long time for him to charge. This is your moment to throw everything you've got at him. Use whatever weapons you have, hold nothing back, and do as much damage as you can possibly manage. When he's reaching the end of his charge, back off and run to the left or to the right. As long as you sprint at the right times, it shouldn't be too difficult to avoid each shot. After that, he's only going to keep charging and try again. Do the same. Get in there and give him the business. Repeat this until the enemy is eliminated. If you just aren't cozy being close during this step, you can also just unload volley after volley of arrows. You might break a few bows, but the reward will be worth it. Finally, and my personal favorite way of dealing with his shiny beam shenanigans is the, you guessed it, returning package to sender. Wait for just when you see that beautiful flash of impending doom, and tap that A button while holding L. Now, stand there. Give it a few seconds, and revel in the fact that you are indeed a boss, and no one, not even this high-level toaster with anger management issues, can tell you otherwise. You are now a master of the tests of strength. And with that being said, I want to give a special shout out to my subs for recommending this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and most of all, I really hope it helps. This has been Scitiger. See ya.